But let's get straight to it. Ever since Floyd Mayweather announced that he will be coming out of retirement to fight Manny Pacquiao in December, there's been mixed feelings from the media to the fans on how that's going to affect the state of boxing today. Is it good for the sport? Is it bad for the sport? Due to the fact that December is the date for Tyson Fury and Wilder. Supposedly, we don't know yet. It could probably be in November. But at the end of the day, is it going to steal the shine away from that fight? Is it going to steal the shine away from Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia? Is that fight getting pushed back due to the Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather talk? We don't know that for sure right now because they were talking about pushing back Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia due to Wilder versus Fury taking place around December because they want both fights to be on pay-per-view. So the Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao rematch has nothing to do with Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia getting pushed back or any of that because, like I said, they just verbally agreed to fight. They haven't even finalized anything. Manny Pacquiao is a free agent, so Floyd Mayweather looking at an easy bag because he thinking, hey, I could be the promoter and the fighter. And since I beat him the first time, I'm going to get a bigger percentage. So I'm going to be making around the same money even if we sell less pay-per-views. So it's only common sense for Floyd Mayweather to take the fight because Manny Pacquiao keep begging him for the fight. He looking at it as easy payday. He don't got to deal with another promoter. He the promoter. He the fighter. He beat Manny Pacquiao already. And even though Manny Pacquiao been an active fighter, Floyd Mayweather been in the gym as well. You know, the Conor McGregor fight kind of kept him in shape, and Floyd Mayweather always stays in shape. So why would he pass on this fight? I mean, think about it. If you was Floyd, you would do the same thing that Floyd Mayweather is doing. But for the people that do say, hey, he's still in the spotlight and the attention from other fighters and fights like Fury versus Wilder, and he need to let the next generation establish a superstar. Which, what I would say to that is, look, both fighters, Wilder and Floyd Mayweather, got the same manager, which is Al Heyman. You think Al Heyman gonna let that happen? Let Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao happen in the same month as Fury versus Wilder? Absolutely not. I just don't see that happening. So if that's the case, then it should be all fine because Floyd fights in welterweight. There isn't big fights at welterweight right now other than Sean Porter versus Errol Spence if it do happen next. All the big names at welterweights aren't fighting each other. From Errol Spence to Keith Thurman to Errol Spence to Terrence Crawford. These fights in the near future, they probably happen, but not right now. Keith Thurman talking about making his comeback on Fury versus Wilder undercard. So since the big fights aren't taking place at welterweights, since fighters keep ducking each other and they won't fight Errol Spence or whoever the fighter is, since that's happening, why not Floyd Mayweather come back to boxing and steal some more bread till fighters decide to fight each other and establish the new superstar? That's what Floyd Mayweather had to do in his prime, fight everybody. So Errol Spence is trying to do that, but fighters keep avoiding him left and right. So you can't hate on Floyd for making his money and doing something that's good for for boxing, period. Like, I mean, people say, hey, you know, it's not good, like, you know, he's stealing attention from these young fighters, but these young fighters ain't fighting each other. That's the problem. At the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather, when he fought Conor McGregor, it brought good attention to the sport, period. Because I know personally so many people that watched that fight that never watched boxing before. So that's a throwback right there. That's memories. So when there's another big fight like that or similar to it, they probably tune in because they enjoyed that day. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, how is it not good attention? Because like I said, there isn't that many big fights that's taking place, like as far as unifications at welterweight. You see heavyweight, AJ just ducked Wilder for $50 million. So since these young fighters keep avoiding the threats, why y'all hating on Floyd Mayweather for grabbing the bag? It's not like Floyd Mayweather coming back claiming he number one. like when he did in 2009 when he came back and fought Marquez and Pat. He was trying to fight Pacquiao after that, but he ended up fighting Mosley. It's not like he was claiming, hey, I'm number one. Manny Pacquiao is not number one. In 2009, he's not saying that. He's not coming out and saying, hey, Errol Spence ain't the number one welterweight. I am. Terrence Crawford ain't the number one pound for pound. I am. No, Floyd Mayweather said Terrence Crawford is the number one pound for pound. He gave him props. He's not coming out of retirement claiming he the number one, blah, blah, blah. He's just coming back to steal some more money. Because the young fighters ain't doing it because they not fighting each other. So you can't be mad at Floyd for that. He's just coming back and bringing good attention to the sport, either you like it or not, because you will most likely tune in and watch the fight, either after the fight or before the fight. So either way, you're going to talk about the fight. You're going to probably watch the fight most likely, and you're going to talk about the fight afterward. So it's bringing good attention to the sport, period. KSI versus Logan is good for the sport of boxing, even though the YouTubers who fight each other, at the end of the day, kids that watch that probably grow up and end up being boxing fans. So anything that will grab casual fans to watch the sport of boxing is good for the sport. So Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, not Conor McGregor, even Conor McGregor's rematch probably good for the sport. Like I said, it's not like Floyd Mayweather is out here coming out of retirement claiming he the number one pound for pound, blah, blah, blah. It's not like Floyd Mayweather retired not fighting the fighters he was supposed to fight. Like, I understand if Floyd Mayweather retired and he didn't fight nobody or whatever. But Floyd Mayweather retired after almost 20-year domination. He literally had 3 close fights his whole career, pro career. So if you think about it, let's say Golovkin, for example. Golovkin at this point, he really haven't proven much. And he lost his big fights. With Canelo, even Jacob, it was a close fight. I had Jacob winning. So imagine him retire and coming back and doing something like that. Yeah, I could look at Golovkin and be like, what the hell are you doing? But Floyd, on the other hand, when he was 36 years old, he beat a Canelo moving up in weight in his 5th weight division. And he dominated him for 11 rounds. So that's what Floyd Mayweather did at age 36. Compared to him to Golovkin losing to Canelo, at that age. And that was his biggest fight. And he lost his biggest fight. And that was his step-up fight. Because, like I said, he lost the Jacob fight, in my opinion, too. But that was a close fight as well. So, at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather proved himself. He fought Canelo, Corrales, Castillo, Manny Pacquiao, Maidana, Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya, Hatton, and the list go on and on. Floyd Mayweather's resume is so packed, I don't even want to talk about it because I'm be probably calling out names for the next 3 minutes. So he has a resume. He proved himself. So why not come and steal some more damn money? Because you would do the same thing if you were for Manny Pacquiao to get older. When he's older than Manny Pacquiao. On top of that, he wanted to fight him when Manny Pacquiao was at his best. It was Manny Pacquiao who turned down that fight. But people say, oh, Floyd Mayweather made us wait 5 years. Nah, Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum made y'all wait 5 years. Don't blame it on Floyd. Floyd just saw the cash and he took it. And he ran with it. So people like to twist things and twist the timeline and always blame Floyd for some personal issues, which is not cool. Like I said, at the end of the day, as long as Floyd Mayweather does not fight in the same month as Fury versus Tyson, I'm all cool with it. And the reason why is because I'm itching to see Tyson fight Wilder. Because I really want to see that fight. But I'm not losing sleep over Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather rematch. Because I know what's going to happen. If they fight 100 times, Floyd Mayweather going to beat him 100 times. So I ain't losing sleep over that. But I'm very intrigued to see Wilder versus Fury. Because that's the fight that will give birth to the new superstar of boxing, the winner of that fight. So I want the spotlight to be on them, because heavyweight will always bring boxing fans together, and especially that fight. And the winner Hopefully fight AJ if AJ quit ducking, which we know if it's Wilder, most likely he is gonna stay ducking. So we'll see. So I don't got a problem with Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Like I said, as long as it's not in the same month as Fury versus Tyson. And as far as 50 saying, hey, Floyd Mayweather broke, he making club appearances, blah blah blah. That's why he's coming back to boxing. I don't believe that. I mean, they not cool with each other. 50, he's not cool with Floyd. Floyd is not cool with 50, and they stay beefing. They will forever be beefing. So you can't believe that talk because I believe Floyd Mayweather haven't even cashed that $100 million check he made versus Conor McGregor. He just bought a watch that cost $18 million. He's a smart businessman. He ain't buying a watch like that if he's losing a lot of money or if he spend most of his money. In order for him to buy that watch, he most likely don't give a damn. He don't know what to do with his money. He got so much money, he don't even know what to do with his money. Plus, Floyd Mayweather made an investment where he makes $1 million a month for life. So either way, he's set for life. And like I said, he got $100 million check he ain't cash. But if he could come back to boxing and steal some more damn money, why not? Like I said, you do it, I do it, anybody will do it. We don't have a problem with it. Because nobody fighting each other. None of the big names willing to risk it and fight the threats of the Errol Spence, the Terrence Crawfords, the Wilders. So why not? It's not like Floyd Mayweather, like I said, coming out of retirement claiming he number one. Then we tell him, hey, fight Errol Spence then. Fight Terrence Crawford. But he out here saying, hey, I just came back to steal some more money since y'all ain't doing it. So I'm gonna do it for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how it's supposed to be done. Like I said, Floyd Mayweather looked at the big picture. He fought everybody when he was young. And by the time he made it to 30, he became Monopoly. Fighters need to learn that. Then after that, he still fought the fighters that we wanted him to fight. The Canelos, the Pacquiaos, the Mosleys, the Cottos. He fought them guys. But when it came down to Errol Spence, Keith Thurman's of the world, they came too late. Look at the Keith Thurman talk. Don't duck me, son, blah, blah, blah. All that shit. Keep the same energy when it comes to Errol Spence. He's not keeping the same energy. So blame the new generation. Don't blame Floyd Mayweather for doing what he was supposed to do as a businessman and as a boxer. He did both. He fought everybody, and he made a lot of damn money doing it. Like I said, he not claiming he's number one. He's just coming back to steal some more money since these fighters ain't doing it. These fighters ain't fighting who they supposed to do to make that type of money. So don't blame Floyd for doing the right thing and the smart thing to do. So like I always say, subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumb by the second, don't listen to these casual ass fans. If you disagree with anything, hey, call it out. Like I said, put the hate somewhere where it needs to be. Like, don't be hating on another man's success. If you were in his shoes, you would do the same thing. So why hate on that? And one last thing I gotta touch on before I leave, because I know somebody gonna bring it up and say, oh, they fighting for a belt though. But that's because Manny Pacquiao beat Mathise for the WBA regular belt, because Keith Thurman is the super WBA champion, which is BS, because in order for you to be a super champion back in the day, you had to defend your title 10 times. But now they just elevate you to that and give another fighter the WBA belt, which is kind of silly, because how you gonna give another fighter the regular title and give somebody a super title, which is don't even make any sense. But it's just the WBA trying to make money off the fighter, and is another way of making another fighter relevant, like Mathise. When he had nothing going on, they gave him a belt and talking about, oh, you got a championship belt. We know SBS is only 4 belts that matter: IBF, WBA, but they didn't done, like I said, they made a super belt and a regular belt, and now WBC and the IBF. So at the end of the day, we don't care about that. All we care about is the main titles. And like I said, Manny Pacquiao he don't want no smoke with Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, or Sean Porter. He don't want a fight with none of them guys. He been active for the longest. He been fighting. Now he a free agent, and he ain't gonna fight none of these guys. If anything, he might fight Amir Khan if he wasn't fighting Floyd. If Floyd Mayweather is just trolling, he might just fight Amir Khan or probably Vasyl Lomachenko, because Vasyl Lomachenko is way, smaller, but he won't fight Terence Crawford. I bet you that. Or any of the champions, period. So nobody taking that belt seriously. Like I said, it's a regular title, but the main champion is Keith Thurman, but he's still claiming he's injured. So till he get back in the ring, like I said, I don't even know why they started doing this super belt and regular belt, because at the end of the day, in order for you to be a super champion, you had to defend your title 10 times. And I still remember that, because I remember when Prince Nassim Hamed defended his title for the 10th time, and they moved him up to it, and they started calling him a super champion because of that. So it's kind of silly, but that's the corrupt in boxing. Peace.